Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It's a Saturday afternoon as I'm doing these readings. Still looking at the Thomas Markle situation. He's still in hospital, very ill as far as I know. We haven't heard anything more directly from the Philippines at the time that I'm doing this reading. But we are starting to get things filtering through from California. So I'm going to do a little check-in. I've got the after tarot on the tarot table today. It's my breakup and makeup tarot. It doesn't have to be a romantic kind of breakup. It can be just a falling out of friends or family or whatever. And certainly Meghan Markle and her father Thomas fall into that category. Very spectacular and very public falling out. Well, she's the one who fell out, not Thomas Markle. He didn't want to fall out. Very publicly, time after time, begged her to reconcile with him. So I'm going to do a quick little check-in because we have heard since the news broke, I think it broke in the Daily Mail, let me put the cards down, we have heard that first of all Meghan instructed aides basically to check the veracity of the Daily Mail story when it first broke. That didn't look good, so that story disappeared. And now we're hearing, then we heard that the aides had been instructed not to contact her father directly. Now it's changing. It's changing a bit like a barometer, which is changing as the pressure is getting more and more intense. And now we're hearing that she has reached out to not to anyone. She has reached out. We don't know what that means, and I'm asking here, is that a bit of a reach? My lame pun for the day. We're going to do a quick little check-in, little 5-card reading. How's she feeling about her father? I saw my first reading yesterday that she was quite upset about what was going on. How's she feeling about the fallout of the whole thing, because people are being very critical of her response and her treatment of her father. We're going to ask what reaching out actually means and where is this heading in terms of action, outcomes, things like that. I want to know what the reaching out means. Does it mean she's phoned? Does it mean she's on a plane, Victoria Jackson's private jet to the Philippines? I've been to the Philippines. I managed to get myself there from here. I didn't have access to a private jet, but I still managed. So I'm sure Meghan Markle can manage to get herself there. She really wants to send some money. It's been very quiet from the Philippines, so maybe something has happened. We're going to check. And then I'm going to do relationship reading in the next reading. I want to monitor the situation, because for me, it's the kind of thing that, as I say, like the barometer, that's rising or falling. It's something that can be changing from hour to hour. I get the sense with this story that behind the scenes is moving quite quickly. So I need to remind you, it's tarot, it's fun and entertainment, it's all speculation, it's all my opinion. I just read energy here, archetypal energy. These stories, these royal stories are archetypal in my opinion. Disclaimer in the box below, we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse as our underlying energy. That's very harsh, very cold, very cruel energy. It's no speak. Swords down are generally silence. And so Meghan Markle is the Queen of Swords in relation to her father. She went absolutely icy cold on him all those years ago, around the time of her wedding, iced him out. It's still that energy, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is someone who's shut down their heart after going through some very difficult things they perceive as very difficult, let's put it like that, and they get quite cold, shut their feels down, and that's energy is very clear there with that Queen of Swords in reverse as our underlying energy for me as an energy reader. So let's get to it. Let's ask what we're dealing with today in Thomas Markle's situation. And we've got the 7 of Swords. It's a very cowardly energy. In traditional tarot, it's described as the thief because, as you can see, someone is disappearing, things that they have taken, and usually it's under cover of night. It's got a sneaky, cowardly kind of an energy, taking what's not yours. It's my Megxit card. It's also a health problem, can be, the Seven of Swords. It can just indicate illness that's starting to spread, or spreading quite quietly behind the scenes. With Thomas Markle, he's obviously had health situation. I don't know what precisely. One can speculate with having to have an amputation like he's had. It might be diabetes or something like that, but that's just my ill-informed speculation. But there is a sense with that Seven of Swords that we've got a very serious health situation that is spreading. So let's put it like that. So first of all, health situation, but second of all, behavior that is unethical, that is cowardly, that is ghosting someone. It's very often described as a ghosting energy, the Seven of Swords. It's just disappearing from someone's life. So I think there is a lot packed into that Seven of Swords, and none of it is very nice. And it's interesting in this after tarot, which takes the normal Rider-Waite tarot and it winds it forward a little bit. That person, that's the sneak in the card, and the energy is walking into a trap unawares. And it might, and it's my personal opinion, it does describe Meghan's current predicament, that she thought she got away with it. She thought she'd iced her father out of her life, and we'd never hear the truth of what really went on, and what he could possibly have told Harry. Harry would never find out the things that Thomas Markle could have told him. And actually Meghan herself is walking into a trap. So that's interesting that that has shown up. So sorry about the dog barking next door. Let's move on to Meghan's actual feelings about her father right now. How's she feeling just generally? We've got the Ten of Pentacles. It's a very interesting card because it's about generations, and it's about families and grandparents and grandkids and safety and security and being in the warm embrace of your family, but in the sense of financial security, stability, providing that roof. Sorry about that, we had to have a little break while barking happened. Ten of Pentacles, a very interesting card because she is reflecting, in my opinion, she's reflecting on how her father provided for her when she was growing up. Of course, she's, I believe, spun Harry a sob story about how she was so poor and had to, rummage through garbage cans to find food. I'm being very snarky there, of course, but actually, he was doing very well when she was growing up. The mystery is the missing mother, and we won't go there because there's been a whole hoo-ha about the missing mother today, but it's legally quite tricky, so I'm not going there today. But Dad did very well by her. He looked after her. Everything she wanted, she got. She's thinking about that now, in her true self. How's she feeling about the criticism that's being leveled at her from all angles right now? The Lovers. She is under huge pressure to reconcile with him. Huge pressure. She doesn't like it, but it's there. I think that she's under pressure from just about everyone, everywhere to reconcile. Maybe not the close friends she has and people she has told certain things to that may or may not be true about things that allegedly happened to her in her childhood that she has told Harry, allegedly. And we speculate, some of her very close friends in California. She's under pressure to reconcile though with that Lovers card. That Lovers card is a massive reconciliation energy. People are saying to her, you need to choose and choose better. You need to do better. You need to fix this, and you need to fix this quite quickly. The cards that are on this tarot table, the Queen of Swords is a terrible card in reverse. That is her situation that is ongoing, that is underlying this whole thing. The Seven of Swords, what are we looking at? We're looking at that very bad energy, and yet she is thinking about how her father looked after her when she was growing up, and she's under pressure from the criticism, and it might be quite close to home, the pressure with Harry even to reconcile with that Lovers card. So that's interesting, and that's a major arcana. It's big pressure on her to do this. So what does reaching out actually mean? Does it mean sending aides to phone the hospital in the Philippines and find out if there has been a Thomas Markle admitted, or does it mean phoning Thomas Jr. or Samantha, or does it mean getting on a plane, or does it mean helping out financially? What does it mean? Ooh, wow, got the Devil in reverse. Interesting. Big card. She is really being forced to change her tune with this situation. Devil is toxic, it's angry, it's vicious, it's obsessed, it doesn't forgive, it doesn't do acts of kindness and generosity and things like that. She's really having a big moment, a very, very big moment with that Devil in reverse card and the Lovers, where she's having to do things she doesn't want to do things that go against the grain with her. I'm not seeing getting on a plane, flying to the Philippines. I'm not seeing helping out financially. I'm not seeing any of that. But I am seeing her having to do some contemplation and maybe even acknowledge that her actions up until now have not been very good for her brand, her image, her public image. We might have to clarify that. What's coming next in terms of outcome, next steps? What are we going to hear next, see next, be told next? And I get the Fool in reverse, and it doesn't look like they are going to reconcile with that. It's fresh starts, it's innocence, it's taking a leap of faith, the Fool card. It's in reverse. She's not going to do it. She's not going to be able to do it. I can't tell you how uncomfortable that Devil in reverse energy was for me being in it. For me, the Devil, when it shows up, is Meghan's true personality that comes through. And it's very materialistic, it's very angry, it's very obsessed, it's very flawed. That's how I read it, that's how I read her. That is my personal opinion after many, 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 I would say thousands of readings by now on this channel on her and her interactions with other people. And for her to actually have to reach out, even if that means an aide sending flowers to the hospital, that kind of thing, that's extremely difficult for her to do. It just goes against everything that she is, or that she believes, or that she feels. So I'm going to try and clarify, see if we can get something clearer in here, because there are really odd cards showing up here. I'm going to do a relationship spread next and hope that we get some more clarity. I'm somewhat fascinated by this story because it's karmic. It's the moment of truth where, you know, she hits the wall basically. Got the Sun card and it's in reverse. It's the Sun card is about illumination, about clarity, about seeing things clearly. It's about being in the center of the stage and the spotlight on you and everyone looking at you, but basking in it when it's upright. It's Leo, it's her energy, natural energy. She loves it. She loves to be the center of attention. She is not enjoying this moment. She's not enjoying it at all. This is not the kind of attention and examination that she wants. She doesn't want us to shine a light on her past and what she might have been dishonest about. Note that I have two cards of dishonesty on this tarot table, the Seven of Swords and the Devil. And there is the Sun. which illuminates. And it's in reverse. She wants this hidden. She wants this to go away. She doesn't want us to look. She doesn't want us to see. But it's also, the Sun is about childhood and happiness and joy and innocence. And it's in reverse. She knows that it's too late, that she can't go back into the past, that she can't find those happy times. There were happy times in her family with Thomas Markle. I'm very sure of that. That 10 of coins, that 10 of pentacles is telling me that very clearly. The Sun in reverse is telling me that now as well. There's regret in there for me. It's a card of great depression, bleakness, the Sun, when it's in reverse. She can't fix this. It's too entrenched in her not to fix it, and I know that because I've got the Fool in reverse. She's not going to be able to restart this relationship in any meaningful way. However many press puff pieces come out, she's reached out. We might hear flowers, we might hear something. The other Markles might get shut down somehow. But still, those are huge cards. The Fool in reverse, the Sun in reverse, the Lovers, the Devil in reverse. Huge cards on this tarot table, and they don't bode well for her and her ability, in my opinion, to sort this mess out in any meaningful way. I'm going to check myself. It's the reason why I'm doing the relationship spread in the next reading, to see what energy comes through there, so we kind of get a double reading on basically the same story.